Hello there, in this video we'll cover two important cooldowns that new tanks often miss and how to use them effectively. The remarkable thing about these two cooldowns is that they're available for all tank classes and can be used in conjunction with your normal tank cooldowns to take your mitigation to the next level. So grab a brew because we're going to get started and consider subscribing, more videos to come. The first cooldown is Arm's Length, which does not just reduce knockback but can slow mobs when said mobs hit you whilst this cooldown is up. The barrier active on Arm's Length will affect enemies with a 20% slow for 15 seconds if that mob hits you whilst the cooldown is active. There's often a confusion of what the slow actually does, so to help clear this up, I sparred a shark. In the left video I gave the chap a chance by not using Arm's Length, and in the right video I use Arm's Length. Thus the shark gets affected by my Arm's Length barrier, causing the 20% slow debuff to take play. Now if you cannot see the difference in these two clips, don't worry, I timed the gaps between the 4 auto attacks in both examples to illustrate the effect of the slow. Essentially the slow debuff will add more time between each auto attack that a mob delivers at a rate of 20%, which in this example results in the shark's auto attacks being roughly delayed by about half a second. You'll also see a debuff on the enemy which looks like this, meaning the enemy has hit your Arm's Length barrier. The second cooldown is Sprint. This one is more straightforward. Sprint can reduce the number of attacks you receive between collecting monsters. Make sure to hit Sprint before you pull the monster and then you'll be good to go. Sprint is pretty handy. Here are two examples, and just like before, one is with Sprint and one is without. You'll notice that I take an extra hit before reaching the second pack without Sprint, and whilst this is minor, it can count for much more in other dungeons when collecting big groups of mobs to AoE down. Let's put it all together in a final example. So, in this part I'll use Sprint to mitigate the damage between picking up the monsters, and then once I've gathered them together I'll use Arm's Length to reduce their auto attack speed. It's important to know that Arm's Length on its own won't save you in most cases, but pair it up with an additional cooldown such as Rampart and you're good to go. If you can practice this on your own in a unsynced dungeon, you'll add these abilities and the timings to your muscle memory in no time. And with that being said, in this video we have covered Arm's Length and Sprint and how they can be used in your mitigation toolkit. If you have any questions, please do put them in the comments below. For now, I am out.